Good evening and welcome to the Everyman's Wrestling Podcast. My name is Stephen Daly and I am joined alongside, as ever, Simon Campbell and Brandon McLaren. Well, actually, Simon wasn't here in the last video, but he's back. He's now back from his man flu. Simon, say hello, big man.
All right. Sorry, guys. I couldn't have been there last podcast. I just wasn't really feeling that great.
Man flu.
Yeah, I'm glad to be back. Let's get this show on the road.
And hello to Brandon McLaren. Say hello, Brandon.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Let's have at it.
Right. So, as you can see, we're all wearing Scotland stuff today. That's in honour of Scotland being at the World Cup for the first time in 28 years. We're a couple of weeks, a week or so late on this, but we had other things in the schedule. So tonight, in honour of Scotland making it to the World Cup, we are going to talk about our favourite Scottish wrestlers, and this was open to women's wrestlers and men's wrestlers. So we will see what we come up with. Once again, just to keep it exciting, we haven't told each other who we picked. We'll just do our fives again. And this will be our last fives for a wee while. We will come back to it, but we're just going to freshen things up. And in our next episode, which will be next week, we will do a review of the latest Raw. So the Raw that's coming up this Monday, possibly Wednesday or Thursday, we will do the next episode, which will be the review of Monday Night Raw. So, without further ado, gentlemen, let's get on with our fives of professional wrestlers from the great land of Scotland. And Simon, going to bring it to you. The man who pretends he's not Scottish, but he has a Scottish accent. He lives in Scotland. He's lived in Scotland longer than he has in England, but he still supports England, ladies and gentlemen. How bad is that? Hit us down in the comments. Give him the hate for that. Love it. Si, you're number five. Go for it, big fella.
So I'm going to start off with Grado. He was he wrestled in ICW, which is Insane Championship Wrestling, formed in Glasgow, and they do like venue. They do the venues in like is it the garage? I think is it, and a couple of other venues. Grado's one hell of an athlete. He did a brief appearance in TNA. Um, I think he was only there for about a month or so. Am I? Is it longer than that?
It was at least a year. It
Was
was at
it?
least a
Was it a
year.
year?
Yeah, he moved to Florida full time because he left ICW. From what sorry to cut you off, Sam, but from what I heard, it was speculation that he was signing for WWE. It didn't
Yeah.
go through. Didn't go through. So then he went to TNA.
I mean, for me, Grado, I've watched a lot of his matches. He's a funny guy. He's really good on the mic. And whatever he says on the mic, he just backs it up in the ring. I think when I first started watching him in ICW, I wasn't a big fan. I just thought he was just one of these like a Danhausen sort of thing, just like a funny gimmick sort of. Um, but when I saw him actually wrestle, he was really good.
So the woman was saying, "Be quiet." I was only joking. Um, and then I went, "You are
All right. I was wondering what you were doing there for a sec.
yeah, fabulous pick, Grado. What a guy for Scottish pro wrestling. Kind of put us on the map alongside, well, especially on the world stage, alongside Drew McIntyre, um, also known as Drew Galloway. And yeah, fantastic pick, Sam. Brandon, your number 5, please, sir.
Oh, my number 5. Now, you gentlemen will definitely not know this. Maybe the casual viewer might not even know this. This wrestler's name, quite conveniently enough, is called Braveheart. Braveheart is a professional wrestler from an indie promotion, kind of a small promotion called the SWE, the Scottish Wrestling Entertainment, which is a, a promotion based in Dundee, not far from where I am. They've been founded in 2003. I remember as being a wee laddie, just to throw in some Scottish terms here, wee laddie. Unfortunately, Simon is not a wee laddie. He's a wee lassie.
Get it up, yeah, Brandon. Yeah, we.
language.
So,
But no,
so,
Braveheart.
sorry. Just to back up what I was saying before. He pretends he's not Scottish. Thank you.
Was gonna go for me page.
And you might have noticed as well, ladies and gentlemen, on his screen name, it's Campbell, one of the biggest Scottish clans ever, and he has the cheek to call himself English. Sorry,
I'm,
Brandon. Please carry
I'm
on. Brandon.
sorry. It wasn't my choice of being called a Campbell.
Oh, okay. The whole Campbell clan is coming after Mr. Simon right now.
It wasn't my fault, as one Snitsky once said. It wasn't my fault. But yes,
Exactly.
back to business, ladies and gentlemen. So
Sorry,
yeah,
Brandon. Please
Braveheart.
carry on.
SWE is a Tayside and Fife wrestling promotion. They do big events and like little gyms, hotels. Actually, where not a lot of Scottish wrestlers. There is another Scottish wrestler on my list tonight who was a part of this promotion. Now, you might have him on your list, you may not. But yeah, Braveheart, one of the first probably wrestlers I went to see live growing up as a young boy. You go and give it a watch, man. They're on Facebook, Scottish Wrestling Entertainment, SWE. There'll be some surprises. They've had some ex WWE guys, some ex TNA guys there. They've had the Boogeyman there. Like, wow. But yeah, my number 5 is Braveheart.
Awesome. I did know him. I do know him. A very good pick, in my opinion. I did know him, Brandon. Good athlete. For mine, ladies and gentlemen, my number 5 is okay. He was born in Israel, so that's half a point off. I'll give you half a point off. He was born in Israel, but he's raised in Scotland, and his career was in the Scottish scene, becoming a standout cruiserweight. And then from the Scottish scene, he went to NXT, and he became the leader of the Metaphor.
Yeah,
I'm
I
talking
know who you're
about
talking about.
none other than Noam Dar. Brilliant on the mic, fantastic ring set. He's got his ring ability is so good for a man his size. He reminds me a lot of the likes of Daniel Bryan, Rey Mysterio. He's got that sort of athletic ability, and he's got that total Glaswegian accent, and he really goes into it, probably a wee bit more than he actually speaks in real life when he's doing his promos. He's awesome on the mic, great in the ring, and I think a rising star. And I think now that he's in America within NXT, he'll push up, and at one point he'll be pushing towards the main roster. Noam Dar, my number 5.
Was he not in the main roster at one point?
I think he did a couple of enhancement matches, like tag team type stuff, but I don't think he was ever part full time.
Yeah.
I think he's still under the NXT brand, but I know he does go back to Scotland for like indie shows and stuff. But yeah, my number 5, Noam Dar. Let's go. Yeah, we'll go back to Simon again. Simon, your number 4, please.
My number 4, I'm going to go for a female wrestler this time. This young lady in ICW was known as Kaylee Ray. But in WWE, when she moved to America, and when she joined the WWE, she came under her name as Alba Fire. And she had her tag team partner in crime. It's really bad. I've forgotten what her name is now. What?
Piper Niven.
No, it wasn't. It was
Piper Niven Doudrop.
no, it was a gingerhead lass.
Well, she was in the Secret Service with Piper Niven and Chelsea Green.
No, this was before she was with the Secret Harvest. Because they were in NXT together and they won the tag team titles.
Oh, well, it doesn't matter.
Anyway, yeah, so it doesn't matter. So Alba Fire for me, really good wrestler. Same again. It's really hard to explain her in ring abilities without actually watching it. And I think, yeah, my number 4, Alba Fire.
Great pick. A quick one. She was on my list, but I had alternate. So the alternate's now going in the place of Kaylee Ray, Alba Fire. Brilliant in the indie scene. Even better, she's come up to from NXT and WWE. Unfortunately, she's gone. Has she gone back, or she's still there?
No, I think she's out due to she's out due to a serious injury.
Was that not Piper Niven?
No, Piper Niven was out for but so is Kaylee Ray.
I thought Kaylee Ray got fired from the last bunch of firings.
I don't think you'll see Piper Niven in ring again. I don't think.
No, and it's unfortunate. I'll go next. With that little segue there, Piper Niven. Piper Niven is my number 4. First of all, amazing within ICW and other different promotions around Scotland and within the UK. Using the real name Piper Niven. She is a modern day powerhouse. She's a big girl, but she uses it. She's fantastic fantastically agile for a woman of her size. It reminds me a lot of the likes of Nia Jax. Probably comparably pound for pound stronger than Nia Jax, in my opinion. And I would say her selling's a wee bit better than Nia Jax. Nia Jax, sorry if you're listening. It's just a personal opinion. Although I do think Nia Jax is great, but she got that leg up from being a part of the Anoa'i family. But Piper Niven, she believed from a young age that that's what she wanted to do. I remember seeing an interview with her that her parents said that she was crazy. She's another one of these people who was bullied when she was younger for being a big girl. We all know kids can be really crap in school. Not just kids, adults as well, for being trolls and being horrible about people. But she rose through that adversity, shut all the haters. She got to WWE in NXT and she was Piper Niven. She was great. She had a good couple of feuds with many of the higher level talents within NXT, and she was great. And I think she showed her own, and then she got her chance to go to the main roster. And then they called her Doudrop.
See, I didn't understand.
Thanks, man.
Totally changed her whole persona. But the reason I found out that was because when she was in Scotland, she was also known as Viper.
Yeah.
She was also known as Viper, and apparently they thought the people would be confused if they called her Viper because of Randy
Randy
Orton,
Orton.
because he's the Viper. But
Yeah.
apparently they were like, well, we can call her Viper, but not the Viper. And then apparently Vince McMahon was like, oh no, we just need to give her a new name. Let's call her Doudrop. And then she was in the Secret Service alongside Kaylee Ray, Alba Fire, and Chelsea Green. I thought she was great in that. Obviously with her sort of like security persona, she was great. Um, put on some muscle. Still excellent within the ring. Promos were brilliant, but underutilized. I think it's a real shame. And then she had a bad injury, and unfortunately, it sounds from if you hear the reports are true that maybe her career's over. And I think it's a shame because she's only in her 30s. But yeah, my number 4, uh, Piper Niven, the Viper. Brandon, your next one, please.
All I want to say for that one, Steve, is never say never. Your
Mhm.
likes of your Edges, your Pages, your Daniel Bryans,
Yep.
they were all told, you will never do this again. Go to the right medical people, go to the right doctors, do the right things. Maybe 5, 10 years down the line. But if she came back in a WWE, PLE in Scotland, the pop would be massive.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now, gentlemen, my next one. I was quite worried when Simon first started to go. I'm like, oh no, someone's been hacking and stealing the notes again, but we didn't have to go and have that conversation for once. My next one, Nikki Cross, ladies and gentlemen. Nikki Cross. By the looks of Simon, he doesn't have a backup, and I've stole one of Simon's. There was no sharing notes, ladies and gentlemen. But yeah, Nikki Cross, known as Nikki Storm in Insane Championship Wrestling. She debuted in WWE and NXT, a part of her stable called the Sanity. Simon's raging. Ah! Simon's back after Manflu and he's like, oh, you SOB. Take a sip, calm your nerves. It's all good. But yeah, but I like the psychopathic Nikki Cross. I thought it was good. It was kind of similar to some of the other divas of old. But Cross promoted to the main promotion in December 2018. She tag teamed with the one and only Alexa Bliss. I think they should have kept Alexa with her insane Harley Quinn gimmick. That would have been absolutely brilliant. But she went on to win Money in the Bank, became a superhero as Nikki ASH, another Vince McMahon stick. Don't know what it is. He had it for superheroes. He loved them. But then she disappeared, fell off the map. Then she made a return in 2014 of part of the Y6. What a good stable. They were underused, underutilized. And then she was basically, there's your walking papers, there's your P45. We have no work for you now. Down the road, April 2026. Where is she going to go? You do not know. I think she'll go back with the Y6 into a different promotion. I think we'll see her in TNA.
She just bought an excellent pick. What a performer.
Oh,
Her husband,
brilliant.
her husband, Big Damo, Irish guy. He also is a wrestler. He was in WWE for a while. Brilliant team, brilliant wrestlers, the two of them. They've just bought a company. They just bought. I think it was Progress.
I think so. I'm not too sure.
But they bought a company last week, and it's a Scottish based one. And I heard that they're going to be doing stuff at Braehead Arena in Glasgow. So let's look out for that, boys, and maybe we'll take a wee trip down to Las Vegas.
Viva
Right.
Las Vegas.
KSI, let's go for your next pick, big boy. You're still raging from a couple of minutes ago. That's why.
I
Was so-
really, really hate you, Brandon, so much.
Was that your next on the list?
It was, yes.
You just made the list. There's been no peeking, I promise.
there
Jeez.
generally hasn't this time.
No,
All I'm going to say is Steve cursed you earlier, and you've been cursed. That's all I'm going to say.
so I'm just gonna go for another pick off the cuff here.
You can do the same ones. We've done the same ones
I know
before.
I can, but I'm gonna go for Joe Coffey.
You son of a.
Ladies and gentlemen, we were not looking at other people's notes.
Rewrite this.
I told you about uninstalling that camera in my house, you bugger. Sorry. I'm only kidding. I'm only kidding.
So,
Simon, carry on.
so
No coffee, you stealing bastard.
I can say the same thing about Brandon, the stealing bastard.
Aye, true.
We just did a shield money in the bank all over.
Anyway, so Joe Coffey, he's another brilliant athlete. His brother, Joe, was it
So Mark.
Mark,
Nice,
that's
Mark.
it. Mark Coffey, both brilliant in ICW. I think were they not one of the were they not one of the founders of ICW? Were they not?
I'm not sure. Mark Dallas. Mark Dallas, put it down in the comments if you're watching.
Yeah.
Don't know. I think maybe they were one of the inaugural champions of the tag team division though.
Because I know when after they got called up to NXT, I think if I remember correctly, they became NXT champions twice.
It was really fast as well. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And then and then when it went into this new era, you've not heard anything from them ever since. Which I think to me personally is a bit rubbish because they were actually really good in the ring. I mean, two-time NXT champions.
Yeah.
I mean, I reckon they would have been main roster talent
Oh yeah,
straight
absolutely.
away. I think, in my personal opinion.
Yeah, totally agree. Waste of potential again. Yeah, just to further that point, Simon, they went back to ICW, and they're in ICW at the moment. I think Joe is in the main title picture at the moment. And shout out ICW. Like, I mean, all the guys that pretty much all the guys that we're talking about at the moment have worked within ICW, and they've made really high caliber talent who have made it in the biggest companies in the world. Is it my turn?
Yeah, it's yours.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, so my number 3 is yeah, I'm gonna go for I don't know. Because my 2 picks just got taken. Mr. Simon has to uninstall that camera from my bedroom, you dirty man. Right. My number 3. I'm gonna cheat a little bit. Because these sons of bitches have cheated so many times. None other. Mark Coffey, Joe Coffey, the Gallus brothers, Team Gallus. Team Gallus. Team Gallus, multiple tag team champions, Glasgow boys, hard as you know what. They are 100% Scottish, made of girders. They made it straight to the top of the card in the ICW, straight to the top of the card in NXT. As Simon said, should have been main contenders within WWE's main roster. I think they might have had a wee stint within TNA as well, but I'm not 100% sure on that. Or maybe it was AEW, but I can't remember. It was one of the other big promotions before they went to NXT.
No, I think it was TNA because I think I saw him do one match in TNA. I think.
All right, screw it. Shout out for TNA as well. But the Gallus guys, I remember their debut on NXT, and they just came out and they started attacking people like mid match, and then what a way to make a statement. Yeah, my number 3. He's raging. He's raging. This man doesn't care. Acknowledge your island chief, boys. I'm gonna go into those cheating tactics as well. If you sons of SOBs are gonna go there as well. My number 3, the Gallus brothers.
So yeah, is it me now? Is it me now? Yeah.
Yep, go.
It's gone full circle, man. You know what? Wolfgang.
Oh,
Another one of the Gallus.
Yeah. The minute you've done it, I'm saying you're like, but this is why we're live and unedited, ladies and gentlemen. It's why we don't share notes, even though Simon and Steve have 2 secret cameras in my house and can read my notes. Enjoy the view, boys. Enjoy the view when I'm number 1 tonight. So yeah, Wolfgang, known for his time in WWE, performed in NXT under his name Wolfgang with the Gallus, and yeah, fucking, I'm so distraught that Steve did this to me. Where's that unreverse Uno card, man? You've got the Uno card sat there, man. You're the Island Chief. You've got some Uno cards being played here. But yeah, no, Wolfgang, he was mad. He was mad. Again, alongside Matt Coffey, young tender in ICW, where he's a former ICW World Heavyweight Champion and a former ICW Zero G Champion. Ladies and gentlemen, my number 3 is Wolfgang. And I say this now, for my number 2 and number 1. If we have identical for number 1, I'm looking more at Steve for number 1. Simon's going to have the same number 2 as me. That's not a prediction, ladies and gentlemen. That is a spoiler.
I think we're going to have the same 1s and 2s.
But you're the 1s! And we're the 2s.
So, are we all on number 2 now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's switch it up a little bit then, guys. I reckon we say our number 2 after 3.
Yeah,
so
I think that's fair, yeah.
2, 3, and we say our number 2s. Because I think we've all got number 1 and 2. The same.
Yeah, man.
Okay, so 1, 2, 3. Joe
Drew
Hendry.
McIntyre.
Drew McIntyre.
Oh.
Okay. What did you say, Simon?
Drew McIntyre.
See, have you both gone Joe Hendry number 1?
Well, I'm not telling you.
I'm not telling you.
I know Simon's number 1. I know Simon's number 1.
I swithered. I'm gonna shout out somebody, and if I've stolen your pick, I'm sorry, but I'm gonna shout out somebody who is a long-standing member of the ICW ranks, who's a trainer also, one hell of a talent. None other than Lionheart. And Lionheart, unfortunately, I think it was about 4 or 5 years ago, he passed away. And he was knocking on that door to the big companies. I believe TNA, and WWE were extremely interested in his services. And unfortunately, his life was cut too short. So if that was either of your picks, sorry guys, but I just wanted to shout out
No.
Lionheart. What a talent! What a shame that his life ended so quickly. What who knows? Like he could have been up there with Drew McIntyre, Joe Hendry,
Yeah.
and also someone who else is rising at the moment within ICW, Jack Jester. I almost picked Jack in my in my list, but I changed my mind. Sorry, Jack. If you're watching this, but there's so many amazing stars within the UK as a whole, but especially Scotland, in my opinion. So you've both gone Drew for number two.
Yeah.
Drew McIntyre, man, Drew McIntyre.
Okay.
Should
Have you
should
have you
because
got have you do you if you two do a wee bit about so you've gone Joe Hendry number one.
not telling you, not telling you.
Not
All right.
telling you.
Okay. I'll go for my number two then, gents, and I've already said who it is. And it's none other than the big Hearts fan, the man from Edinburgh, Joe Hendry. Say his name and he appears, ladies and gentlemen. What a friggin' talent.
Can
This
we
boy,
fire Logan Paul?
Paul, Paul,
Paul.
can you
Can we
fire
fire
Logan
Logan
Paul?
Paul?
We not only talk wrestling, baby, we have a barbershop quartet going here. Quintet. Sorry. Barbershop trio here, ladies and gentlemen. I know, don't give us any bookings because it'll just be a crapshoot.
It'll be a
But
shit show.
say his name and he appears. I believe in Joe Hendry.
No.
This young man came up from the Indies, went into ICW, became a mainstay alongside the likes of everybody we've said within the list. You've got Kaylee Ray, you've got Lionheart, you've got Grado, you've got Drew McIntyre. All these guys came from the brilliant company known as ICW. And two of the biggest at the moment, well, top of the three of the biggest at the moment is Grado, Drew McIntyre, and the man that I'm talking about right at the moment, Joe Hendry. This young man is a singer songwriter alongside being a WWE talent, formerly also ICW and TNA talent. TNA, former world heavyweight champion. He's been within the Royal Rumble in WWE. He became a surprise entrant for the last WrestleMania 41, against Randy Orton when everybody thought it was going to be Chris Jericho. Shout out Chris. He's one of the reasons these three mother froze are friends, alongside his band Fozzy. But Joe Hendry came out standing on the ramp and music hits. Say his name and he
He
appears.
appears.
I
I
believe in Joe
believe it's Joe
Hendry.
Hendry.
The whole crowd goes unglued. And one thing that's happened since, and it's refreshing to see, since the days of Vinnie Mac. Sorry, Vince, you are the reason that wrestling the way it is, but wrestling has moved forward so much since you've left it. That's my
Oh,
opinion.
100%.
Oh yeah.
But since the days of Jordan Grace, Mickey James, TNA talents, IWGP talents, all being allowed to represent their brands and come out within WWE
Yeah.
programming under the other WWE banner, Hunter, Triple H, let Joe Hendry come out with the TNA title to face one of the biggest stars in the world in Randall Keith Orton, RKO. And it wasn't just a 2-minute match. gave him at least 5-6 minutes on the biggest show of the year, and then a good showing, a good respect. They both got their stuff in. Yeah, Joe got his comedic stuff in. He has his comedic songs. We had give you a little bit of a ditty before about Logan Paul. Logan Paul, just on the side note, you suck ass, mate. You might be
Paul, can we fire Logan Paul?
Simon Campbell, everybody. Available for bookings, apparently.
On sale tomorrow.
Yeah. So Joe Hendry has come up to the main roster now, quite rightly. He's in a feud between Logan Paul. Logan Paul's unfortunately injured. I think, yeah, Logan's a pain in the ass, but he's got one hell of a athletic ability.
Oh, yeah,
Joe's
100%.
really funny. He's also brilliant within the ring. My number 2, Joe Hendry.
That's a really good number 2. I'm quite scared for your number 1.
I already said who my number 1 was.
I forgot. Can't lie.
It's all right. I will give you one of my thunderous deliveries once again and prove that I am the Island Chief and I am the best at this stuff. This is my show. My show.
Oh, here he goes. Here he goes.
Going full Miz, baby. Going full Miz.
I'll go for it. We obviously,
Right.
me and Simon have done it.
Light us up. Let's go.
So obviously, me and Brandon went for the same for our number 2, Drew McIntyre.
Yeah, those cameras uninstalled.
That's not just a full moon once a month. That's a full moon every night, ladies and gentlemen.
That's how Simon's got the weird mustache and the weird beard.
Oh no. Chocolate starfish. Sorry. A little bit of Limp Biscuit there. I wasn't being crude, ladies and gentlemen. I was just saying a Limp Biscuit song is known as Chocolate Starfish. Sorry, it
in
was
the
their
hot
album.
dog flavored water.
Oh no. Don't get us cancelled. Don't get us cancelled.
Don't get us cancelled, Brandon.
Don't get us cancelled. Remember, we've got to put this on Facebook as well.
Anyway, so Drew McIntyre was a former ICW champion under his real name, Drew Galloway. Then he went to TNA for a couple of years, and then Vince McMahon signed him as one of his chosen ones. He won the Intercontinental title, and then he joined the band 3MB with Heath Slater, Jinder Mahal. I was gonna say something else, but I don't want to get cancelled. But Stephen knows what I'm talking about. And then Drew got fired, and then went back to ICW. Came back, better than ever. I think, and I watched an interview with him saying he was grateful for getting fired because even he said he wasn't completely ready. So he went back to ICW for a couple of years and then came back. And then I'm going to pass it on to Brandon if because I don't want to take it all.
Oh. I'm a school, you boy.
Don't pull a hammy over it, for fuck's sake.
I'm going for a full ham. I'm going for it. We've all stole each other's no, just go for it. Drew McIntyre, ladies and gentlemen, Drew Galloway, aka, but he's part of the New Day. Big D, ladies and gentlemen, Big D, Drew McIntyre. Where can we start, man? 2001. the BCW, the British Championship Wrestling. He was also part of ICW. Drew Galloway, what a man. Simon touched on that of him being the chosen one. Well, tonight, I'm your chosen number one. Ooh. But yeah, he was also a part of developmental territories, which are still a good thing. Back in 2009, I believe, 2009, you had Ohio Valley Wrestling, and you also had FWC, which is obviously Florida Championship Wrestling. But he was the chosen one. But as one man did say, one Pepsi man, chosen by who? Who were you chosen by? Who were you chosen by? One other than Vinnie Mac. But yeah, he had a landslide, but he won the Intercontinental Championship. He went into the Money in the Bank for WrestleMania 26 with high hopes. Not gonna lie, watching WrestleMania 26 and him being the money back, going, "Come on, man, you're Scottish. Win it for the Scots." But unfortunately, he did not win that Money in the Bank. He also won the WWE Tag Team Championships against one at the time, dashing Cody Rhodes. What character he was. But he was released in 2014. And between 2014 and 17, he returned to one ICW. But then he was inducted to the ICW Hall of Fame in 2018. And then out of nowhere, he debuted in TNA. What an impact. Excuse the pun, what an impact. Iron Pole, hoodie, Scottish gang warfare way, clock, back the skull to Loki, burst that SOB up. I'm going to steal your stick, Mr. Campbell. A lot of colour was there, a lot of colour. But Drew McIntyre, yeah, he was a TNA World Heavyweight Champion. He was an Impact Grand Champion. He was a Evolved Champion. He was a Evolved Tag Team Champion. The Open Freedom Gate Champion. He was also partnered with Dragon Gate Pro Wrestling. Ladies and gentlemen, I could go on and on and on. But when Drew McIntyre came back to WWE, his run was brilliant. He became champion. He had amazing feuds with the likes of Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns, and Dean Ambrose with the Shield. He had brilliant feuds against Grandad Goldberg. Sorry, throw you out there, Grandad. But yeah, this man, under the Vince McMahon era, was unutilized. In the Triple H era and going back to his roots of ICW and TNA, he became a megastar. Ladies and gentlemen, he was also the first and only British or Scottish world champion in WWE, the 31st Triple Crown champion. Ladies and gentlemen, my number two pick. The one, the only, the chosen one, Drew McIntyre, Drew Galloway, aka Big D.
But to be honest though, you also don't want to forget that he also won his first world heavyweight title over COVID
Yes, in front of
at
no people.
WrestleMania.
Mhm. That's
Anyway,
another iteration to a Limp Bizkit song there, which we can't sing.
Are you ready?
Well, Matt, I didn't hear you. Are
you ready?
Ladies and gentlemen,
right?
my number one. But I must make up for Simon's terrible placement of the man from the top end of Stevenson, none other than it's yourself, Grado, the guy who put Scottish wrestling on the map. No one had ever been to TNA. No one had ever been across the pond. Everybody went nuts for the little fat guy from Stevenson, none other than it's yourself, Grado. He's now a famous actor all over the world. He's in one of the best sketch shows that I've ever watched called Two Doors Down. If you have the BBC iPlayer, ladies and gentlemen, or if you've got YouTube, go and watch that show because it's so funny. So, my equal first, Grado, because Simon You're placing at number 5. That is a joke, big man. So, my number one half, number one. Because I'm cheating again because these mothers have cheated so many times. Is here we go. Are you ready for the Thunderdome?
Actually, technically, Brandon cheated tonight, to be honest.
All right. Are you ready for the Thunderdome? Are you ready for the winner's circle? Are you ready for to acknowledge your island chief? So the number one is none other than Drew Galloway, Drew McIntyre, the captain within TNA, who was one hell of an athlete within ICW, all over British wrestling, went up to WWE the age of 21, was told by Vinnie Mac, you're the chosen one. At one point, you will be a world champion. Maybe he was doing a Paul Heyman. Maybe he was doing a prediction. Maybe he was doing a spoiler. Maybe he wanted Drew to fail. Maybe he wanted to kick him in the ass. One of my teachers did that to me back in school. She told me, you will never get your dream job. You will never get your grades to be able to apply for jobs unless you work hard. What did Drew do? He got sacked. He worked hard. He went back to Glasgow. He went all over the world. Any place he went to, he became a champion. Because do you know what? He put the fucking work in. He was a skinny little runt. No disrespect, Drew, but now he is huge. He is over 300 pounds of piss and vinegar. He is over 300 pounds of iron brew made of girders. He is a two-time world heavyweight champion. He is the one and only Drew McIntyre. He is the Beast Slayer. He made an absolute beating on Brock Lesnar. He kicked Brock Lesnar out of the Royal Rumble to thunderous applause all over the world. There was watch parties all over Scotland for when Drew won that and to become the number one contender for the World Heavyweight Championship. As Simon so expertly said, he won within COVID. There was no one there. He held up WWE between COVID. He changed WWE alongside Roman Reigns. They brung in the audience with their promos with a camera right here, right here. He made it his time. He made himself. I'm going to steal this from Corey Graves. I'm going to steal this from Cody. He made himself from undesirable to undeniable.
Yeah.
He is a two-time world heavyweight champion. He's a one-time Royal Rumble winner. He's also a former ICW champion, as you said. There is more to come from this man. There is more to come from this, and I believe he is this generation's Triple H, alongside the female generation of the top Charlotte Flair. Don't get me wrong, I believe in Joe Hendry. I acknowledge the tribal chief. I acknowledge the ruler. But the future of professional wrestling was born in Scotland, baby. It is the master of the Claymore, which on a sidebar, he did that on mistake. Apparently, he was going for a drop kick and he slipped because the mat that he was on was slippy and he fell and he sold it and he knocked the guy out legitimately. And somebody said to him, "You've got to make a name for it. You got to make a name for that move and do it every time because you will become undeniable.
Yeah.
Go back to WWE, but first make yourself through the independents. Go to TNA. He became a multiple-time TNA champion, as Brandon said before. He comes back to WWE. He makes a killing. This guy is not finished. This guy is the future of wrestling. Born in Scotland, none other than Drew Galloway, Drew McIntyre, the captain of TNA, the number one within WWE. It's our boy Drew McIntyre. Okay, guys. I'm gonna be the devil's advocate here.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm sweating because of that impassioned speech I did. Brandon, props. That speech you did, bro. You brung the level. You brung the noise. I love it. Let's keep changing this mother effing game. Simon, love the spirit. I can see it on your beautiful HD camera. The beads of sweat falling down your face. I'm gonna watch this crap on YouTube later on and watch it and go, look at the beads. Look at the beads in this guy. Yes, it's fucking hot right now. But I'm loving the passion from the boys. I'm loving the passion for myself. I love the passion of the people on who listen to Everyman's Wrestling, who watch Everyman's Wrestling, who put the comments down there on the Facebook page, on the Spotify, on the TikTok, on the Instagram. I'm going to say, ladies and gentlemen, there's no clear winner because we all bought the motherfucking fire. We're changing the motherfucking game. Sorry, YouTube. If you want to silence us, go ahead. But we will keep going because we are Simon Campbell, Brandon McLaren, Stephen Daly. Collectively, we are Everyman's Wrestling Podcast. Thank you so much for your support, ladies and gentlemen. We love you. We'll be back next week with our sorry, lost my flow. Just showing that we're live, ladies and gentlemen. We will be back next week with our Raw review of the next episode of Raw. Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, good night, whatever that shtick is. I'm probably going to cancel from Jim Carrey for saying this as well. But we are Everyman's Wrestling Podcast. Until next time, everyone. We love you.
Excuse me.
What are you doing?
We forgot mine and Brandon's number one.
No, we didn't.
I didn't do my number one. Anyway, it's fine. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
Okay. Simon, embarrass me on YouTube. Go for it.
No, it's fine.
Wow. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, this is live television. This is live internet. This is live social media. See you next time.